Good morning, Now Live. Scrambling, woke up late, got to get to church. Happy Easter Sunday. Happy National Poetry Month. It's Easter Sunday. Happy Easter. Christ is risen. He is risen indeed. That's the Christian greeting you're going to hear today if you run into Christians. It's our big day where death is conquered. So it's a good one. All right. So on that note, instead of reading a weird work, I'm going to read my Easter poem. I have to turn this light back on that I was just scrambling to turn off. Easter poem. I wrote it last year. I'm going to read it again this year. Author of me, stronger than chaos, though my monster thrash, your hospitality is peace, a sated soul, where dread curls up and dies, a grub worm popped like a water balloon under flung trowel. Author of art, out the window I listen, let your whispers be loudest. Mercy is here. It's settled. I'm cemented. I do not stray on purpose to prompt your loving search for me. Or do I, yearning for your care? I have nothing to declare but my anguish, you braided into morning light and violets, waterfall beads and meadowsweet and song. Author of solutions to eternity and death, here spins in gleaming the draft for my renewal, my life, at the yawning door of the grave you shucked. The end. Thank you for listening. Next up is the Beautiful Words poem. Yesterday's word was solitude that I drew out of the can. And so today I will read a poem on solitude. Solitude number 2. I wrote 2. This is the one I'm reading. Weigh your solitude, your jewels of poetry, against the mind's splendidly embroidered dancers, against her velvet drapes and silver trombones, against her bell-throated singers. And what then? You can have them all, yours on no notice, perfuming the lonely garret, threading your loom of song, then retreating in élancé into the wallpaper when you ache for lone exhaustion. The end. Élancé is like a ballet term for woo, sort of tippy-toeing backwards in this case. Solitude, beautiful word, beautiful theme in Letters to a Young Poet by Rainer Maria Rilke. I have 2 copies because I always buy it when I find it because it's not very expensive. And this is my noted up version. Rilke's deal, a poet, last name of starts with a K. I think I have it on here. Yes, Sack. I don't know. You can probably still see me, but I'm going to be having a weird look on my face as I try to remember his name. Capus. I just remembered it without looking. Wrote letters to our friend Rilke about how do I be a good poet. And, one of the ideas was if you can be alone with yourself and your difficult emotions, there is a lot of benefit to that for poetry. He's not just saying, yeah, man, you got to be alone because that's like what poets do. He was like, this is why. So there's a lot of good reasoning, at least from Rilke's point of view. And I have a ton of notes in here in the midst of sheer life. Oh, I wish you could see better here. If I was doing on my phone, you would be able to, but so what? You know what? Then we'd only have one destination. Okay. What are we doing? We read the poem. We got to find a weird word, not a weird word. We got to find a beautiful word from Beautiful Words for tomorrow's poem. Sometime between now and then, I will write a poem using the word sanguine. Okay, I want you to notice this is 4 S words in a row. We had sumptuous, surreptitious, solitude, and sanguine. A lot of beautiful words begin with S, as it turns out. And finally, before the Easter joys begin and hope springs eternal, I will employ maybe I can do this now that I'm done reading. Da, da, da. Is that better? There he is in the shadows. Beret, poetry hat. Let us find a phrase to put on there for today. From the Poetry Hats can we have, I would have fully as many cookie jars lying around in shadow, sort of. I don't know why I get hung up on that, but there it is. All right. I would have fully as many cookie jars lying around. That will go on the Poetry Hat today, as soon as I have a moment. Well, have a glorious Easter Sunday, April 9th, 2023. Get into some poetry. That's always a good idea, I think. And I will see you tomorrow.